Hey, welcome to Hashtag with Godmother. This is a place where we help you unravel social constructs, discuss self-development in line with mental health, emotional well-being, and everything in between that directly or indirectly affects us in the millennial world around us. If you're hearing my voice for the first time and are the kind of person who is not scared of being a better version of yourself, even if it requires you to contradict who you were 24 hours ago, consider this your virtual home. I am your host, Godmother, a lawyer, founder, team lead of Equate Foundation, an addict and lover of insightful conversations, and a professional unraveler of social constructs. In this episode, we have the one and only Godmother of Sarayu Cleaners company, Adyeeri Kizito. She has all your answers when it comes to online brand management. While we went on and on about our conversation about life, it came to my realization that patience is an embodiment of Charles R. Swindoll's quote: life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. In this episode, she speaks about the value of honesty coupled with delivering quality work when it comes to sustaining and growing your clientele. I can't wait for you to pick all the gems that she came with in this conversation. So let's get into it. It's really a great honor to have you. Please introduce yourself to our listeners.
My name is Adyeeri Kizito. That's all.
What do you do?
Right now, I'm an owner of a professional cleaning business, Sarayu Cleaners. We do details, cleaning, and I manage brands online. I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I'm a mother of one. Yeah, and a wife, and a good friend.
A good friend.
Yeah.
Very friendly. You're very
I'm a
friendly.
good friend.
See, the first time I saw you was last year.
Yep.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Or this year?
This year.
Yeah.
It did.
Yes. When was that?
I mean,
Was it in May?
I don't remember when it was, and you came very late.
I had 2 podcast episodes recorded that day.
Oh.
That's why I came late.
Okay.
But I had to make sure that I show up for the ED. It was my first invitation since my P1. But then still, I was there and you catered for me like it was your home. Like, you knew me. You made me feel safe, you know?
But it wasn't my home too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because now for me, I was like, I think she's been here a couple of times. That's why she's bringing me juice, making sure that I get the juice. I get the soda.
No.
So what did you want to be while growing up?
That's an interesting one. As a little girl, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Little girl, like how old?
I was around before, but I used to see lawyers and they looked so cool. I used to admire Justice Julia 17 Day.
I didn't know those people when I was at that age.
I knew them. So I used to see her pictures and I would be like, oh wow. She was that thing.
Yeah.
And I would cut out her pictures and keep them. So I grew up to P7 around there. I knew I had to be so good. I had to learn English. Made sure I scored D1s because I knew Justice used to speak very nice English.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Straight up to high school. I did literature. I excelled.
You still had that plan?
Yeah, I excelled. I did literature. Passed very well in senior 4, went high to HSC, still went for it.
You were still on to that goal?
Yes, I was still.
That is really consistent.
Yes, I was determined to do law and I did so well. When I finished, I wanted to get an A, but I got a B, and shortly after that, the dream kind of, I veered off the path, but went intentional.
What happened?
While I was in my senior 2, I got cerebral palsy.
Oh.
And I was injected with quinine. So it affected my ENT system. I started to struggle with my hearing. My voice got affected and my throat, got issues with my breathing. the same system. So because of the hearing issue, I got senior 6, and while we were filling job forms, I applied for law. When my results came out, they refused to give me law because they said that you don't hear very well.
Really?
And lawyers talk to people a lot. You won't be able to be in court. And you handle.
Who said this?
They told me that at MOOC. And I told them, okay, because when I was applying for forms at MOOC for courses, my first choice was law. Then I put mass comm, and then I put, I don't remember, must have been business development or something, but there's something else I put. So I told them maybe give me mass comm.
Yeah.
And they still refused. You can't be a journalist because you don't hear very well. It will disturb you. So that's how I lost out on my dream of becoming a lawyer.
So it is not that you were not confident in yourself.
Nope.
Someone else.
Yep.
Was it the same panel, or were they different panels saying all these things?
They just told us that at MOOC, and they didn't give me the cause. Yeah, so I got disorganized and ended up doing business administration, cooperatives and business administration. But then because it wasn't what I wanted to do, I finished my diploma and I didn't really do it. So I found myself slowly coming back to writing and doing brand management, things like that. But yeah.
How did you end up in brand management?
Well, that's another story.
We're here for the story.
It's a long story.
No, we want to hear all of it.
It's a long story. So after I finished my diploma, I tried to look for jobs, but in the Ugandan economy, it's a bit hard to get a job with a diploma unless you have connections. I was just a humble girl from Masindi, very fresh, and I didn't have the connections anyway. And shortly after that, I became a mother.
I just got to know, there are some memories of Facebook that you would share, and you'd be like, my son, and I'm like, is it a real son or is it a nephew? Because you don't speak so much.
I don't.
From the time I got to know you, you don't speak so much about your child.
I don't. Actually, I do. Maybe if you followed me for a while, I do.
I just got to know you this year, so.
Yeah, so I would talk about him here and there, but I tried to look for work and it wasn't coming through. So in that hustle and bustle, I meet someone who introduced me to digital marketing. I took the course, he interested me in it at Digicon Academy, and I started to learn stuff. My first posting was at Blue Flamingo, and then I met people like Kojo. Okay, I didn't meet Kojo. Ojibani, I didn't meet him, but he's one of the people who gave me that push, kept on encouraging me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Kojo kept on encouraging me.
Kojo is the Kojo Cyril something?
Yep.
I think I just sent him a friend request recently.
He's a good person.
Yeah.
So he gave me the push, and I I got jobs, like 2 agencies, I learned very fast. So most of the things I know about digital marketing, I've learned on the job, and started to teach myself. The course I did was just a certificate, but I started to learn with the job.
Yeah.
But the fact that I had also been writing for a while, and I have a creative mind, it has been a bit easier for me to be a content creator, because I create content. At the same time, I do creative product shoots, things like that. It's just in my mind, and it has helped me. If I get a client, I know how I can present their brand, because I can sell. I have a selling mind. So that's also very important when you're managing brands online. It helps you a lot. because you know how to sell. It's a bit easier. So that's how I ended up into this. And yeah, aside that, the writing. Then somewhere along the way, I get an idea, a business idea, and I be like, okay, I think I can also clean houses. I started off when it's just me and a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go clean houses and make some money. By that time, it was just for me to survive and take care of my baby.
Yeah.
But after some time, I had to get a bigger team because more business had started coming in. Yeah, right now I have a team of 15 people.
For your cleaning company?
2 years down the road, we are growing slowly but
15
surely.
people?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's where I'm at.
And then when I saw you, I think could have been that very first day or as time went on, I think I had seen you at Afros and More.
Yeah.
Had you worked there?
Yeah, I worked with Afros and More. I was doing blogs for them. I was doing blog work for them, but I was also part of their administration.
I must have found you.
Probably. You must have.
That
was me trying to do a bit of the business administration that I learned.
Yeah.
But Afros and More is a very busy place.
It is very busy.
And I found it a bit hard to relate with people because of my hearing. And after some time, I had to throw in the towel. And find something that I really feel that this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, realize that when someone is a creative, you can't really put them in a box. Like you can't keep them in one place.
You can't.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to get that when I was at Afros and More. But at the same time, the hearing bit, and it's a beautiful place, very beautiful people.
Yeah.
I got so much support from Maggie and Maria. They're very beautiful souls. It just so happened that I had to leave and find me. I do still talk with them, and they're happy about my growth.
Yeah.
Small, sure steps, because they always told us that we are just midwives. You're going through our hands. We just pray that when you get out there, you'll have learned something. And there was so much that I learned while I was at Afros and More, and I still meet these women, and they're like mothers to me. Yep.
So about the branding business, the digital branding, what is that thing that you feel like people or clients don't really understand?
I think that most of them think that you wake up and just post. They do not understand that the creative process has a cost to it. Someone will come and tell you, I want you to sell my restaurant.
Yeah.
And when you tell this person, I need to have an experience with your restaurant, they may not understand it. I need to come, not like wow, you're seated right now.
Yeah.
You notice I paid a lot of attention to that lake. So if I had to write about something, there is that. I need to be able to feel the product. I need to be able to
deliver something organic.
Something organic, so that when I'm selling, I know exactly what I'm selling. If I have to sell a Cafe Java's milkshake, I know what I'm selling because I know the taste, I know the feel, I know.
Yeah.
So I'm not just going to go and start saying, this milkshake is like this, it's nice. So the real creative process has to come from a place of understanding. And I don't think that some clients understand that. And because of that, they may end up paying the person, the creative, less than they deserve. If not, they may end up thinking that the creative is trying to make a cut of them. And I think that it would be really good if clients would give creative what they deserve. Like, you may not sit in an office all day and maybe get paid millions of money, but the fact that, for example, a creative comes and tells you, I want to do a product shoot for you, the creative has to sit, visualize this thing in so many angles for them to be able to bring out something that the public is going to see and be like, wow, yes, is it? And the creative has to sell the truth, not just saying that, okay, I met Nabuguzi. Nabuguzi she's jolly, she's what? It not just says Nabuguzi is a doubt, something like that. So there is the truth bit, there is the cost, and there is the value.
And that's what people always miss out on.
Exactly. So when I see a creative saying, I'm not going to bite that, then I know that's a true creative and they are true to themselves. What makes a true creative different from someone selling AIM Global? Sorry, not to attack the brand, but how do they call it? Chain marketing. What makes a true creative different from such a person is because these other people are only selling what they have been told to sell, and then someone else is having an experience with the product. If I wake up today and I try to tell you about afros and more, and I tell you they are very gentle with hair, I know what I'm talking about. Because I have been there. If someone comes and says, for example, afros and more doesn't mind, I will tell you no, because I have been there, and it has nothing to do with my relationship with these people, but I have been there. I have an experience. I've had an afros and more experience. If someone comes and says Cafe Javas is like this, I can believe you, or I may not, because I have had an experience with the brand. So it becomes very easy for me to stand up and put my word.
Makes sense. So you've helped us understand what it's like for you to run the digital spaces. Help us paint the picture for the person who wants to relate with Sarayu.
Well, Sarayu is a space brightening company. We are kind of people who like to pay attention to detail. Attention to detail. That's my personal mantra. And by that, I mean that we try our level best. We go against our way to ensure that we do not leave any stones unturned. If you come to your place and find it a certain way, by the time we leave, you have to be able to feel like you're in a new house. You have to be able to feel like you're in a hotel. There has to be a change of air in your home, not because we've put expensive stuff in it, but even the most humble home we've cleaned, the people come and tell us, wow, this is a whole fresh breath. That's the experience. I tell people that you don't know me, but if you give me the chance, I want to give you a Sarayu experience. In most cases, when people get a Sarayu experience, they always come back. They may not come back immediately because the work we do can take you a while. Not that you're not cleaning a house every day, but there's a change. And some will always recommend. I found myself in there, and like I recently had a client like 2 weeks ago, and she told me I really needed a cleaner, and people kept mentioning your name in a group. I did. Like she showed me the chats, and I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
Really?
I didn't know any of them. But I was like, it felt good that people can vote for you in a room where you're not. And the entire Sarayu experience is not just about the work we are doing, but even as we do the cleaning, I try, because, well, Sarah is my baby. I try to relate with our clients and make them feel comfortable, to the extent that many of them leave us in their homes and they go away. Some of them have sent me to their homes to just work, and they just send me money and pay because it's fish. So because of the honesty and quality work, people have trusted me with their homes. But also it's helping the people that I'm working with, the team, to understand that Sarayu is not just a cleaning company, because most of my workers are university graduates.
Yeah.
But then the other percentage are mostly single mothers, because I started Sarayu, and then because, okay, I was a single mother by then.
Yeah.
And I wanted to empower single mothers. I didn't have it all.
Yeah.
But I knew that there are mothers out there
who
could get something from me. So I could use these women. Eventually, I also noticed there are guys, good men, good young guys out there, probably who have families that they need to feed, but they don't have enough. So these are kind of people I put under my wings as we work together. I also do personal mentoring of people on their team, following up on them, empowering them here and there. So the company is growing steadily. But at the same time, the people under my wings are also being pointed towards their dreams. They know that Sarayu is a bathhouse. You're here today, tomorrow you may not be here, but I tell them by the time you leave, you need to have learned something to help you to be a better person. I had a girl recently, sometime during lockdown, she kept pleading to work with me, and I told her come and work. So she came. She worked with me once, and shortly after that she went to Dubai for chill with her husband. I never heard from her after that. I didn't even know she had gone. Then I think last month she texts me. She tells me, Pish, I'm just here to thank you, because you know what? I worked with the only ones. You may not have given me millions of money, but you gave me a skill. I reached here and there were so many people who wanted, there were people who wanted the job that I have now. But guess what? It's me who got the job. My bosses are not Arabs. They are white and they have OCD. The exact word you told me to do is what they want me to do here. She was like, wow, Bish, if I hadn't paid attention to your detailed clinic, I would be struggling right now, because I can be so tough on the team sometimes because I want quality work, and sometimes I'll make them to repeat something until I see that, okay, this is it. But for this particular person, just one encounter with me was enough to put her in a place, a better place, because she was telling me these guys have OCD. But what you told me in the time I was with you is really helping me out here. I'm not struggling. It's tiring, but I am not struggling. And I'm doing so well, and my bosses are happy. So that's the part where I say, Sarayu is a bathhouse. Some come, they're here a month or two. You don't see them again. They get opportunities, and when they get opportunities, I release them in good faith. And more people
you don't have to sulk.
Yes.
So you've gotten us to have an experience with the people that you work with, and you've also talked about the clients that appreciate your work. Is there a particular moment that made you feel like I shouldn't have taken this job? That one client.
With a client?
Yeah. What could have gone wrong? Is there something that might have gone wrong?
Things that have happened.
Yeah.
And the fact that I did not study professional cleaning.
Yeah.
I'm learning, like, okay, how can I explain this? I'm passionate about clean spaces.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for me to see something wrong. And there's some things that I've been learning on the job.
Yeah.
For example, when I just started out, I used to charge very, very, very little money. Then I would realize, oh my God, I've used all the money to buy supplies and take the team to the site.
Yeah.
There's no money made. Then with time, I realized that, oh my God, so there is deep cleaning, there is post-construction cleaning. I'll just get a rude awakening. You get to site, a person told you my house is 2 bedrooms, so you charge them for 2 bedrooms, only to realize the 2-bedroom house has so many extra spaces, and maybe they are like, oh, okay, I also need you to clean my trench, which is okay, but before you leave to go to work, you have a small team. So a team works steadily, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. Then you realize that actually, because we're doing a lot of attention to detail, you realize that it's full and there's so much work to do and you don't know what to do. I've had those experiences. So as they would come, You'd be like, okay, I had to start making the sacrifice of putting my prices in notch higher so that I can get a bigger team and we can execute the job and finish on time. Because now, like in most cases, like yesterday, I had a house to clean. We were on site by 8 a.m.
Wow.
And we worked all day.
Is that a home, 8 a.m.?
At the client's home. We were there by 7:30.
So does everyone have to get out of the house when you get there?
It depends.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of dusting. Vents accumulate a lot of dust.
Yeah.
So if we have to dust, of course no one can
8
abide to
a.m.
dust.
During the holidays, people are sleeping at 8.
Yes, but I told the client earlier, and I told them when I go to inspect, I explained to them. Last week, I think before Christmas, I had a client who has 2 babies. A newborn was about 2 months.
Yeah.
Then she has an older one. So I told her, you know what? I think you have to take the kids somewhere. The team is going to be working and it's so dusty, it's not good for the baby. So, I mean, the husband wanted her to do cleaning immediately. So I told this lady, look here, I need the money.
Yeah.
But I don't want to come at a cost of your babies falling sick. So we worked it out with the couple. I gave them time to find where to take their babies. And when we came, just the wife was around and we work like that. So it's not that people have to vacate. Sometimes they may have to, especially when they're babies. Sometimes the people who work from home. Yeah. So what we usually do, I try to make sure that at all costs the client is comfortable. So I can tell the client, okay, we are going to first dust the whole house. You'll have to be out for like 45 minutes to an hour. When we are done, we are going to start with your bedroom where you can sit, lock yourself in there, do your work undisturbed, and then we can continue working quietly. Yeah, we leave the toilet and the bathroom clean so that you can make your visits.
So this kind of service, is it for the people that cannot clean their homes? Is it for those busy people because the economy demands our input so much, so some people don't have so much time to clean their homes? Or is it something that requires a professional to do? Like there is a way how professional chefs do their work that someone might not really do it. So is it the same thing that comes with this kind of cleaning? Because I might say, me, my friend, because I might tell mom, mom, there's a professional cleaner. Like, you're getting spoiled, my dear. You're getting spoiled. Wake up, mop the house. Let
me explain to you.
Yeah.
The answer is yes and no, depending on a client's need.
Okay.
For example, there are people, bachelors. Let me start with the bachelors. You find a senior bachelor, they're so busy. No kids, no what. They wake up early, go to work. So we have what is called regular cleaning.
Okay.
And this one only applies to people like, okay, let me say the bachelors, furnished apartments, hotels, offices. Yeah. I mean, are those that you have to clean. There's a portion that goes to offices, hotels, restaurants, like have someone around to clean every day. But there's this part of the bachelors where we can give you someone to come in once or twice a week.
Okay.
They come in, dust, clean, organize. There's that. So this can be used by the kind of people you're talking about. I wake up so early, go to work, maybe lawyers, things like that. They're just busy people. And they don't want to have maids in their homes. So they leave their bed and late. So when the person comes, they come, dust, clean, wash plates, lay the bed, organize the wardrobes, probably iron, and go. So they keep you organized. In that way, they are not in your space so much. There is that. Yes, then there are also people who have homes. Residential homes. I have some clients who come and tell me, I have 2 maids at home. But my maids cannot do the kind of thing that you would do.
Right.
So they're like, one of my maids is taking care of the kids. The other one mops the house, but they may not be able to do. So now these particular ones come to me and we give them a quarterly maintenance program. Every after 3 months, we will come do a deep clean and then we'll leave. Come back after 3 months.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So you have different packages.
Yeah. Okay. And then there are those that are like, oh, I have a new house. I have just renovated my house. It's new. I just finished building it. Post construction. We come clean and the house is as good as new. Then there is the bit of moving in and out, cleaning. Maybe a tenant has moved out of the house and you need it to be made clean. So we do that. Maybe I'm moving into a new house. Yeah. Need it to be cleaned. There's also that. Yeah, then there are also some who call me, like after I work with them, they're like, I think you need to come and you train my maid.
And you train my maid?
I do training for
me.
So I'll come, you pay a certain cost, and I take your maid, like I come with a team, and your maid has to be in class.
With a team?
A team of around 3 people. Because it's not
one person?
just talking, yes.
What?
So I have to take you through.
Wow. Okay.
The process. This is how you clean a bathroom. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. It depends, really. So, yeah.
It's powerful. So, with the story and your experiences from what you wanted to be while growing up, to the moment when your ENT got affected, what was your mental health space like?
Well, that particular bit was quite a blow because before it happened, I was 12 when I lost my hearing, and by that time I had just joined the school choir and I had been sighted with a few other people by Halima Namakula.
Oh yeah?
She wanted to sing with us, and so when it happened, of course, it affected me in such a way that I couldn't sing anymore. But I'd also started composing music. I'm a songwriter too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'd started composing music when I was in P7. So I would write music. My father, bless his soul, he always wanted his children to be different. So he would encourage us to compose music, and I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time I was in senior 6, I had a black book of songs. It wasn't full, but I would just sit and write music and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I got depressed because I couldn't sing my songs. I would write the song and voice it, and I know how I want it to flow. But when someone would tell me, sing it for me, I would try to sing and I couldn't hit my notes. So it depressed me. I had to change schools, and it had started affecting my learning, being in school, being bullied by students because they're not hearing very well. Yeah, it was in that time, must have been around that time, that I really closed in. I found comfort in reading novels. I became a loner. I would spend a lot of time alone because every time I would be around people, I would not be hearing what they're saying. I would feel out of place. If someone spoke to me and I wouldn't hear them, once, twice, they would be like, Chideke, and it would feel so bad. It would hurt. Because I'll be there and I'm thinking, okay, I really need to hear this. Or maybe people telling a story. You're in a group of people and they're telling stories, they're laughing, and you're not getting it. So I would feel bad. It's something that I've had to learn to live with. Like, for example, right now I don't take phone calls. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to radio. Because I can't articulate. I can hear the sound, but I can't really articulate. What is this person saying on TV? If I have to watch movies, Netflix does it for me. It has subtitles.
The subtitles, right.
It has subtitles. Then maybe it's news. Most of the time I'll be asking the person next to me, okay, what did they say? If someone sends me an audio, like right now, I have to wait until my husband comes back home and I'm like, oh, someone sent me this. What is it saying? So I find myself in a place where I have to depend on people. Let's say you send me an audio, and I'm like, what is Nabuguzi telling me? I cannot just play that audio with anyone. I mean, it's also a place of actually trusting and you're like, you know what? What is this person saying? So sometimes I'll get an audio and I send it to a friend of mine in Dubai. Because I trust her. I tell her, Nanda, what is this saying? She told me, oh, this person has said ABC. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I type back. And I tell this person, oh, this is what I think. So they send another audio and I send back.
Do you not tell them not to send the audios?
Some. I tell some, but then I also get tired of explaining.
Yeah.
But to everyone, imagine if I have to explain to you, then I explain to 1,000 people every day. It's tiring. And then people start telling you sorry, and I'm like, hey, it's okay. I mean, yeah. And I got to a point where I no longer wanted people to pity me. I just wanted people to look at me like, yeah, that's Pish. Like I'm a normal person. Don't treat me like she's a disability and I'm not one. I'm just hard of hearing. So when I meet people, even business-wise, I have to tell them, you know what, I can't hear very well. I can't hear very well. I don't say I don't. I say I cannot hear very well. So I ask them to just talk to me directly because I read lips. So it has affected me because many times I've lost out on business. There are some clients who are so busy, they may not have time to pick up phone calls. I mean, and then so what I do, like, I can maybe advertise, I put WhatsApp, I can put my business number, then the other number I put someone else's number to pick the calls and that kind of thing. So this person who picks the calls helps me and tells me there is this person, I've given them your number for WhatsApp, they're going to text you. That's how it works. But generally, having to live with this has and is still teaching me that I have to grit my teeth every day. I have to fight for my place at the table. I have to fight a little more than everyone else, because if I'm in a group of certain professional cleaners and people call me and I'm alone, actually right now, every time I see a phone call coming through to my phone, I start to panic because I'm like, okay, is this business? Who is this person? What do they want? I can't pick the phone. I start to panic and I'm looking around, I'm like, God, there is no one near me. So when the phone call stops, I'm like, so I have to wait until maybe probably in the evening when my husband comes back home, or maybe when I meet someone I can trust and I'm like, oh, actually this call came through, I need to call back. And by that time, if it's a business call, the person has already moved on. You get sometimes it's scary because someday it could be an emergency. But it depressed me for a while, the bullying at school. But it's a miracle that I got through school with very good grades. I was determined to excel. Up to now, like, my teachers were so fond of me because they used to say there was this girl, she was called Pish. She never used to hear very well, but she was very bright. I did senior 4, got to first grade. Senior 6, I was the best in my school.
Oh yeah?
I topped the class. So I've had those. I had to give up on my dream of being a singer. I still sing in the shower.
Being a singer, being a lawyer.
I make my noise when no one is hearing. Sometimes it affects me, like when it's cold, I kind of lose my voice. I don't know how it's connected, I'm not a scientist, but when it's cold, I lose my voice and I can't talk. Like, I can try to talk, but my voice can't come out very well. Or like if I talk for a long time, my vocal cords get strained. I can't breathe very well. Like, it's been like that for the last 18 something years. So I may be in a group of people and I'm just quiet, and it's very easy for people to misunderstand you unless someone knows, not like you know. So it'd be like, so the people who know try to be around me and they try to involve me in that jazz, like, you know, at bench, this person has said like this and this, can you imagine? So I get the joke. But if I find myself around people that I don't know, it can be so grueling and I just can't wait to get out of that place because it's so tiring. That's It's affected me. It's been one of the major reasons why I got so depressed at some point. It affected my esteem at some point. But I've come to a place where I understood that this may not change soon. But life has to go on. That's why I don't like people to feel sorry for me. Because even in my state, I have been able to take some very interesting leaps. Much better than people who can hear very well.
You're running a whole company, my friend.
Yeah,
you're running a whole
proud
company.
Of myself.
I am proud of you as well.
Thanks.
So how do you keep your mental health in check?
Well, that one hasn't been an easy one. Because still back to the not being able to hear very well, there's a point in my life where I badly wanted to have people around me. I wanted to be accepted, and because I couldn't voice it out, I would break my back for everyone, for the world. I know how to say no to anyone because I wanted to have people around me. Being a loner is not something so interesting. Some people are loners for different reasons. So when I say loners, I want to be their friend. Because it's not so easy being one. So because of that, people would take advantage of me here and there, and it got me so depressed. I'll be there for everyone, but when you needed them, they would not be there. And I would ask myself, where are people when you need them? You get? So I think a year or 2 years ago, when I had the last really bad phase of depression, I just woke up one day and I told myself, this is it. And from that day, I decided to choose myself. It never mattered how much someone needs me. It never mattered how I need your time urgently, Pesci. It never mattered. I would first ask myself, how is this going to affect me? How is it going to affect my son? If I know that I have to be away from my son and leave him somewhere with someone to come and help you out with a specific something, it had better be worth it. Not that you're going to pay me, but how do I know you? When I need you, are you there for me? No, you're not. Sorry, I can't come. Same will be. But I'll be like, okay, this weight I can carry, this one I can't. Even business-wise, if I meet someone and I'm like, okay, this one may be a problem, because you can't know when you're doing business, you meet someone and they're back to our speed. So I can tell myself, kano kalia. You get it? Right. Like I can't bite. Yes, I can't bite. Right. Because we are all having bait all around us. So if I have to take the bait, it had better be worth it. I realized that I don't need the whole world.
You don't.
With me. I told myself, I came to a realization that I only need a few people for life to go on and have meaning. And those few people are those ones that are going to be there all through. I realized that I didn't need fair weather friends. I wanted to have meaningful relationship. I turned 30 this year and I've been very intentional about building meaningful relationships. No pretense, no masks. If I have to be around you and wear a mask, or if I have to wear a mask when I'm around you, I have to pretend to be something that I know deep inside me I am not, then I don't want to be your friend. You can take your money, the pump, the everything that comes with being your friend. You take them so far away. I'm at a point where I want to be me. Me. I want to cry when I want to. I want to laugh when I want to. I want to dance when I want to. I want to just live life and be happy. So that has really helped me to keep my mental space at a healthy level. I can't say that I've gotten there totally. But there are these small baby steps that I'm taking, choosing myself. Whenever I'm able to, I choose myself. Sometimes I forget and I don't choose myself. And then after a month or two, I realized that actually this decision was for this person. They are benefiting everything out of my being around them, but it's draining me. So eventually I pull out because I want to be happy. And it starts from here.
From the mind.
From the mind. So yeah, that's how I'm managing. I also have a few friends that I just sit and vent. I have a few people.
Yeah.
For them, they just allow me the time
to
vent. So I can tell them, you know what, I think I need to vent.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like my best friend, she's like, sure, come to Seta. So I get my taxi and I go to Seta.
To vent?
Yeah, she has a flat at her house, so we sit and overlook the river. And we sit and I vent, she'll just sit and listen for almost an hour or two. Then I let it out. Then after she tells me, oh my God, I'm like, yeah. So we talk. Sometimes she gets involved in that jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it. We both talk about it. And by the time I leave, it's therapy. Yeah, that works for me.
The load is lighter by the time you finish.
Yeah, everything is lighter. Then you have a meal, laugh about life, and I think it's important to have such people.
It is.
In your life.
It is.
Yeah.
So what message would you want to leave for our listeners? What is that thing that you want them to go away with?
Well, we are getting into a new year. One thing that's for sure is that we may never really know what exactly lies ahead. But what I do know for sure is that if you stay true to yourself and you stay true to your values as a person, you can be able to beat anything. And like I said, it's important to have those few people around you that are willing to hold your hand no matter what happens. The people that are just willing to listen, not that they give you money, but it's important to build solid relationships because we are not growing any younger.
Right.
I'll be turning 31 next year in April, but I realize that as I grow older, my circle is getting smaller. We need to get out of a place where we are so much after building social media relationships, but to focus on relationships that will matter when you're 45, when you're 55.
Yeah.
Because when you're 50, you're not going to be on social media.
You may.
You might be there.
There's someone there.
I mean, okay, cut me short.
I have a feeling we are going to be
doing
there.
Social media banter. I mean, like what we are doing right now. We shall be there. Let me tell you, we are going to be there, but not doing banter. I mean, like,
are you sure?
The things we are doing right now.
Yeah.
And those people may not be there with us in the future. But as we grow older, you want to come back home after a long day. Say, call up 3 friends and you sit over coffee and talk life. I've known my best friend for 13 years.
13 years.
We're starting, actually, this is the 14th year.
Now you traveled to Seta.
Yeah. So we need such people. You know that I'm going to grow old with this person. If we keep on chasing friendships that we know for sure are not going to the future with us, then we are going to age very sadly. You realize you're 60 and you didn't take time to build solid relationships. I see my dad, he still has people, like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they tell you we've known each other for the last 40, 50 years.
Right.
You need those people. When you grow old, you need those people around. Yeah, that's my message, that may we try as much as we can to gravitate toward relationships that are going to last us a lifetime. May we stop being just friends, acquaintances, and focus on being better people. Yeah, and Happy New Year.
By the time they listen to this, we will have started the 2022. So yeah, for the people that want to get in touch with you, people that want to give you business for digital marketing and whatever branding guidance they might need, and the people that want to relate with Sarayu, how can they get in touch with you?
We have a Facebook page for starters.
Yeah.
Sarayu Cleaners, Rayu Cleaners. But for those who don't mind texting, I have a business number 0750-415141. Do I have to repeat that again?
They should hear it again.
0750-415141.
That's easy.
Yeah.
0750-415141.
Yep.
Yay.
For WhatsApp. So please, that particular line is not for calls. Of course, if you call me, I'll panic and then I'll not pick and then I may get back to you after 6 hours or even the next day until I find someone I can trust to take the call for me. But are those who really need, like they need to call, then that one is 0759821510.
You seem unsure.
Come on.
Is it the one?
Yep.
Okay.
0759821510.
Okay.
This one is for calls. There is a man the other side, on the other line, on the other side of the call.
Yeah.
He will pick up and he will deliver the message to me. But it's also okay in case you call and they don't pick. It's also okay to leave a WhatsApp. I can always get back to you. And then there's some that you can find me on Facebook as Patience Adyeeri. It's my Facebook name.
Thank you so much for giving us your time, sharing your story. We appreciate you. Happy New Year 2022.
Thank you.
May you take it on. Be the boss of the year.
Boom!
My takeaway from this powerful conversation is the need to stay true to yourself. Standing in my version of truth is the biggest and most important attribute that keeps me going. And I cannot thank Patience enough for bringing this forward in today's conversation. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag with Nabguzi Chwanka. If you loved what you heard, make sure you subscribe to Hashtag with Nabguzi Chwanka in your podcast platform of choice and share it with your friends. Let them know that 2022 is the year they're supposed to dedicate themselves to be better people, and they can only do that on this podcast. Feel free to share your insights about what connected with you on social media and be sure to tag us. We are at Hashtag with Nabguzi Chwanka on Facebook and Instagram, and on Twitter our handle is at HTNK Podcast. You can also reach us on our email htnkpodcast@gmail.com. I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for closing our first month with us today, and catch you in the next month's first episode. Until February, I hope you make great intentions to stay true to yourself, especially in this 2022.